going to be talking about Sonic the Hedgehog on Blu-ray and 4K. Finally, this is out in physical media. I feel like I've been waiting a long time for this. I did review it digitally, and when I did that, I actually reviewed the movie itself. So if you want to check that out, you can check that out right over here, but that means that I'm going to go straight into the video quality, starting off with the Blu-ray. This Blu-ray looks a lot like the digital stream, to be quite honest with you. There is quite a bit of clarity in this. It was shot all digitally, and at times you can tell. Like in outlines of actual people like James Marsden and his girlfriend in this movie, all of them are crystal clear and they have very fine lines to them. Unfortunately, one thing that you will notice in the Blu-ray copy is the fact that a lot of the CGI looks kind of soft. It was the same way when I reviewed this digitally, and it is a reoccurring problem here on the Blu-ray. A lot of the CGI in this movie does come across soft, and you can really pick it out from the actual things that were filmed on screen. Along with that, some of the wide shots of like establishing shots and stuff like that can come across a bit soft. What I'm trying to say is this is inconsistent and it's really not the sharpest tool in the shed. Detail work is around the same. So you have scenes that are greatly detailed, but you also have other scenes that are kind of lacking. More CGI heavy scenes. Close-ups reveal quite a bit of detail to them, and along with that, when you're talking about like all of the little details that are in Sonic's room, and a lot of that have quite a bit of detail as well. This is a very good looking disc that has some real softness flaws, and for that I am going to give this an 8 out of 10. And to talk about the 4K disc here, now this was actually given a 4K digital intermediate, and to go along with that, this was actually given Dolby Vision support. What does that mean? That means that this is a more consistent looking transfer. And you can tell right off the top a lot of the clarity issues, not all of them, but a lot of them are definitely fixed here. It's like Sonic himself, he has a lot of fine lines to him. And it blends in a lot more with characters that he is interacting with, like James Marsden. I actually believe them to be in the same frame a lot more in this 4K copy, just because of the fact that it just feels that way with the lack of softness. Along with that, you also have the establishing shots that aren't as soft as the Blu-ray. They are a little bit more sharper here. Unfortunately, when you're talking about scenes that have a lot more brightness to them, because this is a pretty bright movie. It takes place a lot during the daytime, and in the harsh lighting of like the outdoors per se, I do feel like some of the fine lines in Sonic kind of go away. They kind of fade in with the harsher lighting. But still, this is a very, very strong, and a lot more stronger than the Blu-ray. Detail work is stepped up as well. Now, specifically in Sonic himself. When he is not as kind of soft, you see a lot more clarity to him. You can see individual strands of his fur. You can see little imperfections when he's like, just gotten out of a fight scene, or, like when he is going back and forth with the Dr. Robotnik character on the highway. All of that is very well done in the detail department. You can see dust and debris on him and things of that nature. Now, HDR and Dolby Vision are excellent here as well, providing real pops, very bold colors here. I wouldn't say eye-blinding, but very, very, very close. You have pops of blue, pops of white, bright lights when Sonic is blasting through the screen from left to right. And you also specifically in scenes that take place at night, like the end battle, you get a very, very good contrast between the darkness around these characters and the pops of light from Sonic. And that is excellent. Awesome. Also, blacks are very deep, and you can see very deeply into them as well. Shadow detail here is excellent. I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10. This is pretty damn good. Now, whether you pick this up on Blu-ray or 4K, you get the same Dolby Atmos mix that, again, is stepped up from the digital stream. I feel like that has a lot to do with the compression that was on that digital stream. So, right off the top, bass response is a lot heavier. It hits harder, and it has a lot of different levels to it. It is very, very, very good in that way. Sonic has some decent bass to him, but you will not hear the biggest bass of this film until he does his sonic pulse that takes out the whole area, and specifically when Dr. Robotnik's drones come in, you will get some heavy bass from them as well. Now, with all those flying drones, you would expect height speaker work to be excellent. It's pretty good. I won't say that it is just 100% great, but it is good. There are definite times that you hear them in the height speakers. I wouldn't say that it is like the strongest, but it is noticeable, along with the score of the film in the height speakers as well. Surrounds are constantly used. Even the far back surrounds, you can hear them as well. And speaker separation is always top notch. And that is pretty important for this film with Sonic moving so fast. I would have to say that this gets a 9 out of 10 as well. And as far as the digital copy here, this is a Movies Anywhere digital copy, which means that you can download this on iTunes and on Vudu and get the 4K copy there. And when we're getting into the special features, all of them are on the Blu-ray disc, but what you get there is an audio commentary with the director and the voice actor of Sonic, and about 4 other featurettes that go in very, very vaguely go into the making of the film. I mean, I'm talking these things, you're lucky if they're 5 minutes long. You do get the music video for the song here by Wiz Khalifa, and you get some bloopers in the blooper reel. With all that being said, I'm going to give this a 5 out of 5. It is middle of the road for sure. And as for my last looks at Sonic the Hedgehog, look, this movie gave me exactly what I expected out of it. Just a romping good time. And that's what it is. I mean, it isn't reinventing the wheel. It was never going to. This movie is just going to entertain. I laughed during this movie. I feel like there is some definite chemistry between Sonic and James Marsden. And the addition of Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik, or Egghead as they call him here, I definitely feel like that is a standout and maybe a turning point in Jim Carrey's career. Maybe we're going to see a resurgence. And if you didn't check out my movie review when I reviewed this in the digital stream, I actually gave this an 8 out of 10. And when you add up all my scores here, on Blu-ray it comes out to a 30 out of 40. And on 4K, it actually comes out to a 31 out of 40. I just felt like the video quality on the 4K was just more polished. And if you like this movie, you would be very well served by the 4K version there. I actually prefer the 4K version. So, coming up next on the channel, I have a whole lot. As a matter of fact, I am going to be filming 5 videos today, just because this is the only time I have to do it. So, I have a lot coming to you guys. And next is actually going to be The Invisible Woman. And why am I doing The Invisible Woman for these Tom Cruise films? Because of the fact that I am actually still waiting for one of those Tom Cruise films to actually come in. Shipping is crazy right now, and one of those films actually got delayed. So I want to do them all back to back for you guys, but that means that I do have to wait on one of them. So next is going to be Invisible Woman, and then probably Mask of Zorro. I thank all of you for watching this channel. You guys are freaking awesome. I don't even say it because you all freaking know it. And I will see all of you next time.